one of the things that got me interested in doing this work is I saw progressive power go to the Capitol and then lose. And I asked myself, why? Like, why are we losing at the Capitol? And the answer, having been up there now for about 12 or 13 years, is that the game is rigged against progressives at the legislature. There is tremendous amount of corporate money and power at the legislature, and it affects both parties in its own way. It is not simply a question of Democrats are good and Republicans are evil at the legislature. There is a wide array of interest groups and personal attachments that you need to navigate to try to get things done. And when you achieve it, it can be incredible. Think about what happened during the trifecta. Think about what we accomplished. Right? We got meals for kids at school. We got paid family and medical leave done. We got forever chemicals, PFAS forever chemicals banned. We got environmental justice legislation that we've been fighting for years that says that you can't overburden communities with more pollution, passed. We got 100% carbon-free electricity by 2040, passed. All this happened in the span of 6 months. I mean, we did so much. So you can do it, but everyone forgets that that stuff didn't happen because we started doing it when the election results came in. That was the result of progressive movements building power and building up to that moment for a decade or more in some cases. Because that's the other lesson that I take away from this. It's not just about knowing the rules and understanding the process. You don't just need another insider. You need someone who understands that the long game is how you win at the legislature and elsewhere. You have to think about not just what's happening in the next month, but what's going to happen in the next year and the year after that. Sometimes it takes years to set that up. So how are we going to win single-payer health care at the legislature? It's not going to happen because one day we win an election and suddenly everyone's like, well, that's great, let's pass the Minnesota health plan. It's because people have been organizing for that for a decade or more. And so one of the things that I really try to understand as an advocate, but also as a teacher who try to train advocates, was to help people understand the difference between simply being an insider and understanding the interplay between the inside game and the outside game. And that outside game involves engaging the public, convincing them that there's a need for change. It's not as simple as simply like getting the right, insiders together to pass a thing. Some of that happens at the legislature, but it's not the way we're going to make progressive power and change. The way we're going to make progressive power and progressive change in Minnesota is by understanding how outside movements organize people